right, the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is ongoing, and Africa's last hope, the Atlas Lions of Morocco, are going to be locking horns with the La Roja of Spain this afternoon at the Education City Stadium. And everybody's looking up to Morocco to make the wonders for Africa after the Teranga Lions of Senegal was bounced by the Three Lions of England. And it's a tough game for the Moroccans. Everyone has witnessed that they've shown the resilience. They've given us a better performance ahead of any African nations at this Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup. And this Atlas Lions setup has become the first African country to gather highest number of points at the World Cup, with 7 points in 3 games, drawing goalless against Croatia, winning 2-0 against Belgium, and then winning 2-1 against Canada. And a round of 16 game is up for them to grab against the La Roja, the 2010 FIFA World Cup champions. And what it means is, if the Atlas Lions of Morocco is able to beat Spain, they will become the 4th African country after Cameroon in 1990, after Senegal in 2002, and then after Ghana in 2010, to become the 4th African country to make it into the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And I think it's going to be so interesting. It's going to be so very important for the Moroccan team to make that important history. Coach Walid Regragui, who took the team to the World Cup, has fired a very good performance after taking the work of Morocco to win the CAF Champions League, beating Nadi Al Ahly 2-0 at the Mohamed V Stadium in Casablanca. He's went all the way the Moroccan setup, and then this is the first time since 1986 that the Moroccans are going beyond the group stages of the World Cup. In 1986, they met West Germany, which was the eventual runners-up of the competition, and this time around they are meeting Spain in the round of 16, 2010 FIFA World Cup champions. Now, let's go into the game and see what's going to happen. Honestly, I like how the midfield trio of Sofiane Amrabat, Salim Amallah, and Azzedine Ounahi have been boxing the midfield of the Moroccan national team. A very defensive setup, very good defensive partnership or lineup that has Roman Saiz, formerly of Wolverhampton Wanderers, who is now with Besiktas in the Turkish league. Naif Aguerd, formerly of Stade Rennais, who is now with West Ham United, being the main man within the center of defense. Noussair Mazraoui on the left, and then Ashraf Hakimi have been given a very good account of themselves at the laterals for the Moroccan setup. Front line has been Hakim Ziyech, who has been the top marksman of the Moroccan setup. Sofiane Boufal gave a very good account of himself in that game against Belgium, of which they won 2-0. Youssef Nasseri is going to be the man leading the pack or leading the attack for the Moroccan setup. Within the Spanish setup, I think the coach has been reliant on the midfield trio of Barcelona. Rodri, Busquets, the likes of Gavi, and then Pedri has been the guys who the coach Luis Enrique has been relying upon as this midfield trio, the midfield setup. At the back line has been Azpilicueta in one way, and then at a point you see Cavalo also being the right hand man of the Spanish right fullback. On the left side it's been Alejandro Balde at a point in time, but the one who has been usually starting is Jordi Alba. Deep in the defense has been Aymeric Laporte, and then Rodri Cascante of Manchester City. Leading the attack is going to be either Ferran Torres, Daniel Mo. I don't know his fitness test. There's been some issue with regards to his fitness test. And then let's see whether Marco Asensio can be the guy to lead the pack for the Spanish national team, or whether Alvaro Morata could be the guy who's been leading the pack. It's promised to be a very cagey encounter. Both sides are going to be lined up in the 4-3-3, a usual setup, but I think it's going to be the battle of the midfield. Pedri, Gavi, Busquets gave a very good performance in the first game against Costa Rica, winning 7-0. You saw Pedri, you saw Gavi becoming the youngest Spanish player to have ever scored in the history of the World Cup. And I think these 3 midfield trio of Barcelona, who has been the same midfield trio of Spanish national team, are the ones who the coach Luis Enrique has been relying upon. With the midfield setup of Sofiane Amrabat, Salim Amallah, and Azzedine Ounahi, these guys are expected to match the Spanish setup. How are things going to pan out? They've only met once in the World Cup, which was last 4 years at the Russia 2018 group stage. Last group encounter, which ended 2-2. The Moroccans took the lead. So East Coast equalized, and then Youssef Nasseri scored the second goal before Iago Aspas VR drama ensured that the Moroccans were drawing 2-2 with the Spanish national team, and this stands as the only meeting that has come between them at the FIFA World Cup. Who is going to win? For me, I want to bet on my fellow Africans, Morocco, because they've shown resilience, they've shown a very good performance in this year's World Cup. Coach Walid Regragui, his men, has done the unthinkable, winning Morocco's third ever game at the World Cup when they defeated Belgium by 2-0. Since that first win against Portugal in 1986, that second win against Scotland in 1998, and also that third one which came against Belgium. And apart from that, they went all the way to win their third group game against Canada in that final group game encounter. And I see the Moroccans, I fancy them. I see their chances that if they can really push that, if they can really stand their grounds, I see the Moroccan team going through ahead of Spain, based on the fact that they've shown a very good performance. You can never doubt the Spanish. Based on experience, they have it at the expense of the Moroccans. They have been a World Cup champion before in 2010 on the continent of Africa, when the whole of South Africa hosted the rest of the world. But I think it's a KG encounter. I want to put my bet on the Moroccans based on the fact that they've given a very good account of themselves, and I see the Moroccans going through by becoming the fourth African country after Senegal, after Cameroon, after Ghana, to reach the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup.